You're introing, it's your vlog.
Yeah, hey, welcome to the Sapphic Sanctuary.
Both the physical location and the channel.
This video is mostly going to be a tour of the sanctuary, but, you know, it's our first video, so I figured we would introduce what the channel is first. Most obviously, it's just a couples channel for Lachlan and I, but more than that, it's also going to serve as a side channel to the both of us. Hers is totally dead, and theoretically is meant to host a podcast.
Neotaku, rest in peace.
And
we're coming back for season 2.
I've never had a side channel, but I often have vlog ideas or other videos I'd like to upload that I can't get on my main channel. So, we are now
also
hosting that.
Face reveal.
Face reveal was in TCC.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Cut that.
Anyways, no, we are not cutting that. We're not cutting anything. We are, however, cutting this video because this is at the front camera, and we're going to go at the back camera so that I can show you the place. Anyways, be back in just a second. Alright, we are back. So, let's take a look. First, where we were sitting was this daybed, which is directly positioned...
I got a loot box.
Yeah, okay.
Come film my unboxing.
Directly positioned across from the computers. My computer right now is, as you can see, just a laptop, a kind of garbage laptop with broken...
I got nothing, I got garbage.
A kind of garbage laptop with broken hinges, actually, so I will get that replaced whenever I can, but it's very functional. It also has the second monitor, which we can use to watch anime and do whenever we are watching stuff. My Nanofate mousepad, very important. Her computer's an actual desktop.
Show it, look at that. I won the challenge, I'm a pro gamer.
She's a pro gamer. Anyways, yes, that was the daybed. Very nice. Here is our kitchen. As you can see, it's got everything a kitchen has. I'm not going to spend any time waste on the kitchen other than that. It's a kitchen. Let's go to the actually interesting room. Wait, one more thing. It's a closet. Worth pointing out that we will soon have a P.O. box, so look forward to that.
The Otaku Den.
Here is the Otaku Den, as she has taken to calling it, our actually interesting room. So I'll start on my side of the room and go from there. On the ground, just some stuff we didn't fully pack up, a box that my most recent doujins came in, a Mushishi wall scroll, my bags, including my other laptop in there and my slippers. More importantly, here we have the first of my prints, a Cardcaptor Sakura one that I got at Asen. All of my prints here that are not wall scrolls came from Asen. My Aria wall scroll and a Pearl print. Very gay, as you can see. Most clearly across from our bed, so that we can see them upon waking up and before we go to sleep. Our Haruka and Michiru. We have to be blessed by our gay godmothers every day. There's a bunch of boxes, temporarily. A Nier print and a Haibane Renmei print, which are Lachlan's.
Prints, they're metal posters from Display.
Whatever the fuck.
Use the code pedanticromanticdisplay.com for a display discount.
Here is our bed with Lachlan's bootleg Aoi Daki, which it's very bootleg. And then, most interestingly, the bookcases. So, fun fact about these bookcases. I did not have one of these yesterday. As we were coming to move into this apartment, we ended up finding, thrown out, another bookcase that just so happens to perfectly match mine. And so we took it. Thank you, whoever threw that out. Anyways, at the top you can see the Princess of the Crystal hat from Penguin Drum. Very good hat. Then we have the figures. First, it's worth noting that this is not all of my figures. I have more at my parents' house, but you know, we only have so much space. We basically already filled up both these bookcases, and we didn't have one of them yesterday. So, we have Nanoha and Fate, of course, Then we have Saber Alter, Ryogi Shiki, Kiss Shot, Not Adult Shinobu, Senjo Gahara, and Yui. And next to them, we have my Dojins, about half of which are Nanoha, the other half of which are just assorted things, mostly Love Live from amongst them, but, you know, still quite a bit of variety from there. Then we have a bunch of Lachlan's books down here, as you can see. I'd be glad to go into more detail about the bookcases on a future video if any of you are interested, but for today I'll try to keep it a little shorter. Yep, these are all Lachlan's, including Girlfriends, which I will, as you will see shortly, I have another copy of. Then there is more of Lachlan's stuff, alongside my copy of the Moe Manifesto. And anything else? No. Then on the other shelf, we start at the top with my Flip Flappers and Utena Blu-rays. Then we have a bunch of her Blu-rays and DVDs. My GameCube controller, very important. I might want to play Melee at literally any moment. My games, and her Pokeball, my Manaphy. There's more games back behind here, as you can see. My Switch games and 3DS games. Her survival strategy wood thingy. Utena manga. Gundam the Origin manga. It looks like we left 2 volumes of it at my parents' house, so we will grab that next time we are there, because that will be quite important. Her copy of this Reki Kawahara manga and her Boogie Pop. Whatever. Next to these Nisio Isin novels and 1 manga and a pair of sunglasses that I don't know how it got here. Down here, beneath the pizza things, we have the queer shit. This is all mine, and there is not enough room for all of it. It's all Yuri, other than The Bride Was a Boy, which I only put there because it fits well due to matching Solo Exchange Diary and Experience with Loneliness. So it's mostly just a shit ton of Yuri, which, you know, I mean, it's my brand, I gotta buy it all. Except not really, there's some I don't buy, but whatever. And then it continues down to here. There's not enough room. I have to get Aoihana Volume 4 as well. And then it moves into Japanese Yuri manga, which includes New Game, because of course it includes New Game. Which, from there, moves into some interesting stuff. Now, I said I wouldn't go into too much detail, but I want to go into a bit of detail here, because it is cool. So, first we've got my Nanoha The Reflection manga. I bought this at AX at the Kinokuniya down there. Very important that I own as much Nanoha stuff as I can, and I am forever in the quest to buy more Nanoha merchandise, because holy shit, I need to. And then from here we have the far more interesting stuff, which is Japanese Yuri novels. Kind of. Now, this was recommended as relatively simple Japanese for being a novel, and also for having some Yuri in it. It looked interesting, so I picked it up. It's about, kind of about a ghost story. This, far more importantly, is Yoshiya Nobuko's Hana Monogatari, which, if you've watched my video on early Yuri, which I will eventually remake, because it's kind of mediocre to me, but has a lot of interesting info that I want to spread, is very pivotal to the Class S genre. Yoshiya Nobuko was the most important writer of Class S, and she basically was really fucking rad, and everyone needs to read her stuff as much as possible, which in English is only her short story Yellow Rose, which comes from these two. Once I get better at Japanese, better enough that I can read pre-war novels, then I will definitely be reading those. Here is another one of her novels, Wasure Nagisa, which, again, looked very interesting. Probably not technically Yuri in the modern sense, but, you know. This, however, is Yuri in the modern sense. You can see that Nakatani Neo Sensei art. Not written by her, but, you know, looks interesting. This is not, but, you know, looks cool. I know there's a movie of it, but, you know, we own it. This, Volume 1 and 3 of the original Gundam novel is something that we picked up at a local movie and comic book, like, just nerd store, that they just had the Japanese versions of Volume 1 and 3 of the Gundam novel. Looked interesting, we bought it. We didn't have Volume 2, but we'll try and get that eventually. The Japanese stuff continues down here with my copies of Aqua and Aria. I own a Manchu too, but after, you know, the developments, I figured was not absolutely necessary to bring along. Then I have the ReZero EX1, which is I only bought because I heard it's about Ferris and Krush, and they are rad. Land of the Lustrous 1 through 5, which is good shit. Of course, you all know that. And Inyo Asano's manga, most of which are mine. A Girl on the Shore is hers, but I'm very interested in reading it. I really love all his stuff. I haven't actually read Volume 1 of Dead Dead Demons, Dead Dead Destruction, but, you know, I'm very interested in doing so. Then down here we have big books. Most of these are hers. There are exceptions. This art book is mine, because Akira Yasuda's art is excellent, but most of it is hers. Or at least ours. Although there's also my copy of Genki, which I bought years ago, given that I'm going to be taking Japanese again soon. Maybe it'll be useful. My book on Takarazuka, which I reviewed on Twitter, I might port that review over here if people are interested, because I am bad at tweeting, but decent at podcasting / like, speaking in actual speech, so maybe I'll port that over. Her Wandering Sun volumes, and then some old DVDs, including some butchered dubs of stuff, as she has told me about here. I am not excited to see that stuff, but I'm sure she'll show me someday. And I think we have a few more things to look at. We have the bathroom, which is a bathroom. Ooh. Most of the stuff in there is mine, because I need lots of hair product because of my hair texture. We have the closet, which, the light is over here. There's my suitcase, some toilet paper, and then her leftover boxes, since she hasn't unpacked all her clothes yet, which is fine. It was a tiring day. And I think that makes up most of it. How is the wife doing in Overwatch?
Alright, so far, pro gamer.
She says she's a pro gamer. You can feel free to believe that or not. Anyways, that was our apartment. I can go in more in depth if you would like, but I have no reason to do so right now because it might bore you to shit. So, yeah. I think that'll be all, and thank you for watching this first video on the Sapphic Sanctuary. There will almost certainly be plenty more content soon, and if you enjoy either Lachlan's content or my content, I'm sure you'll have a good time. See ya!